of an aggressive package. We using EX Burst because honestly they're one of the best deck builders I've used in any card game. But overall, we'll go over the package and then we'll do some gameplay. I'll tell you what my current online and offline stats are. And yeah, overall for the current price tag, we got $128. We'll say $130. It runs pretty well. I have a couple losses to the blue-purple Xeon. That's more or less who draws better, but the purple-blue aggro that's being played right now after all of the changes in July and GDO5, as we can see, is GDO5 deck is that deck is just wicked fast even compared to this deck. So, but we're playing 4 of the Dragons because we actually need the early game bodies for the aggro, but the Londo Bell bodies are really important for the finisher with the new. The Zaku 2s, pretty standard for most green aggro decks. This one is played in most of them. I don't know if everyone's all playing 4, but when I'm digging for a pilot, this card comes in handy a lot because I'll look at the top card of the deck and be like, oh, I don't need this. Or I'll see a pilot and I already have flooded out on pilots, so it just kind of helps filter stuff I don't want. The Rick Dom does come in handy with the Breach just because it gives a little bit of early game push. It's not... I don't think you actually need to play 4 of these. They are good. I'm sure there's other Breach cards I'd probably rather play. This one just happens to be in this color in an early enough turn. Sometimes I'd almost rather play the Wing Gundam, even though it's a little later, just so it can sit with the other new Gundam and then they can push together. But because we're playing more aggro-y, we're playing this Rick Dom. This one is where things kind of stray off from the normal, which I could see me playing 4 of these and 2 Rick Doms, but the ability to push into blockers I don't want to deal with using this Jagen's effect on one of the other Londo Bell units, especially when you pair it with this one, so this one trades out with something, they both get destroyed and you look at the top 3 for the next turn. It just comes in a lot of... It happens to be very useful in situations where I didn't think it would be useful. And then I end up regretting not seeing this card, so this is why these numbers could switch to like 3 and 3 or 2 and 4. But overall, this card actually comes in handy a lot. Plus, it still being the Londo helps with the late game new. And everything from here is mostly standard. It's just the 4 REGZs, the 4 Grandpa, or I'm sorry, we're only playing 3 Grandpas because we're playing 2 of the NT Grandpas. And then the 3 news and then the 4 news, which actually we'll switch that right now. I have those backwards. It's supposed to be 4 news and 3 news. The endgame new we only need 3 of. I've flooded out on this card playing 4 too many times, and this one being Breach 3 is just super useful. And then the EX resource on turn 5, so you can drop this on turn 6, is phenomenal. Playing this pilot in general has saved me a couple games, forcing them to attack the pilot instead of me, which gave me the last turn I needed to play the new Gundam for the push, or like the Grandpa Gundam for the push. We are playing Corsicas for extra bodies, but we might just switch this to Underground Base because you have to at least play 1 of these. I'm playing 2 because of the Londo Bell name. So when we do the new Gundam, it just requires Londo Bell cards. So we want these in the grave specifically for the new Gundam. It doesn't come up as much as it could, but it is nice just to have the extra names in there. And the same with this pilot, it's also another Londo Bell card, so it comes up. We have the 4 and 4 Amuros and then the 2 show overalls for draws. I have not come up with a side deck yet because as of right now the game hasn't changed. So you need a side deck for any kind of smaller events. So this is where we're sitting for the aggro deck. if we look over here at the charts, we're keeping most of our levels within the 3 and 4 range. Top end 7, the low end some 2s. We're keeping it real low in cost, like 20 out of 50 cards at a 1 cost is pretty good. And then the next 20 is at 2 and 3. And I mean, all the way up till turn 4 is where we're looking at the 3s. So it's a lot of 1s. Corsica, yes, it costs 3, but it gets bursted out a lot. All of this, with the exception of show overs, all of the not units are bursts. But you can see that we've kept it low in the aggro range. So we just kind of just look over here and see what's going on, but we're keeping it low. That's what my goal was to keep it as low as possible. From here, I'm going to show you some gameplay and the verifiable stats I have, at least for Mobile Arena. In-person play, I've had less games. I've had, I think, 5 games, and we're at 4 and 1. Like I said, the purple-blue aggro is unfortunately just faster than me in most cases that I've had. The XE Gundam really does take care of a lot of early game stuff. And then their curve kind of curves out before you. If you're getting Freedom Strike, it doesn't matter. Like, Freedom Strike usually ends up having to get rid of one of these bodies, which is fine when your rest of your board is the top end. But they just put more bodies out at a quicker pace than I can, which is impressive because this deck is, as you see, like, so many lower end bodies. What's that, 18 cards that are level 3 and lower for just units. We're also playing 34 units, so we're drawing units for sure. So take a little pause, get the setup for the other side, and we'll come back. So we're just stopping real quick. We've played 10 games with this build, and we're at 7 and 3. And like I said, 2 of those losses is from the blue-purple. 1 is from a blue-green, like, First World Xeon, or first year Xeon deck. So overall, you can see what the stats are, but I just wanted to show you what the stats were currently, and then we'll just get into a game. So we'll play a game or two, but I just want to kind of show what this deck is doing. 2, 2, 4, 4. No pilots, but we get a lot of early game aggression, so we'll keep this. Let's get playing action, and then they let us go second, so now we just get to play units. So we'll start with the Zaku 2, and we drew the Amuro, which is big because it gives us a pilot for anything late game. Skip. I think from here we're just gonna play the Regz, but first we'll attack. Just good to attack prior to. Some situations I'll throw bodies out, but in this situation we need it, and we'll just throw this. This is what I was talking about. Like, sometimes it's just nice as a filter. We'll keep that on top because we need the pilots for late game, and we'll end turn. Now we could flood more, but at this point in time, I'm just trying to push into the, since we already have it, the new Gundam play, and we already have 2 Londos that can go to the grave. Now that Rickdom could be super useful against us, but let's see what we hit first. So we're playing against first year aggro. We'll attack here. So what I think we'll do is actually just play Grandpa. Yeah. Oh, we're playing against green purple first year. Okay. And we'll play this with the Amuro, tapping this down, and we'll just kill the Rickdom. But we're currently on our turn 3 and we pushed for 2 bases. They just gave us another one. Yes, they're at 9 cards and we're at 4, but we're pushing hard. Trade out the Amuro. That seems like a fair trade. And then I guess we'll just kill their base from here. Since we're at 4, we'll just throw 2 more bodies out. We will return that to top, actually, and we'll end the turn. And then we have the Londo Bell cards we need for this game. And we are so close to putting the final nail in the coffin with the double attack. It's just... this deck just goes so fast. Like, this deck is also fast, but the purple end's a little higher. That's a fair trade to me. Let's get playing. We do need to get the bodies on the board. We can trade here. Let them search their card. Then we can go Grandpa, play this Amuro, have this down, attack the opponent, and then slow down their plays. We have 2 more turns. Let's just go for a base. I'm sorry, a shield. That's fine. They can have Char, because we're so far ahead right now, I don't think it makes a difference yet. Now, granted, we do have 2 turns. We have to get there, but we are there as of right now. They are going to play, I'm guessing, Sazabi with the Char to get 2. 6. That's a 6. Is it 6 or 7? Nope. So they can see. That's how fast this deck goes. We'll get another game out. That was kind of fast. Yeah, that was a 4-minute game. So, the deck really does play that fast. We'll play second. So this hand's a little slower, but at the same time, we're going to get the breaches, so I think it's still fine. Especially since we're going second. So they'll get a little bit of advantage, but we'll be able to drop cards faster. Excuse me. So that's good base against what we're playing, which is fine. We'll save that for now, and let's just look at the top card. I want the base, but I don't want the card that much, so we'll just do that. Now, we could waste the resource and just go, but I think for right now we'll wait. There's nothing going on this side yet, so we're doing pretty well. And this one can also get what's needed, but we'll swing here, see what happens. So it's fine, it doesn't matter. Attach this to this, because we still get to keep our EX resource, and then we just get to swing in. Alright, so what are we playing? We're going against blue-white League Militar. So this is where the NTs come in handy. Now granted, we probably won't see one. The probability of drawing one of 2 out of 50 cards and then the 6 in the shield is kind of low. But it is in there just for the draw against League Militar specifically, because it just pops their tokens. This is more of a mid-range late game deck, so it comes in handy for us. Swing at the opponent. Swing at the opponent. I really don't want to waste any of this stuff currently. Yeah, see, that's fine. We are kind of misplaying, but at the same time, I really just want to drop the bodies out. We could have played this, did the Amuro, then swung, took the overflowing that way, and still had to waste 2 attacks, but I'd rather just have a bunch of bodies out and then keep this. I'm not trying to waste these. Ooh, what are we bouncing? Okay. I guess we'll go home. Well, that was a 3-minute game, so we'll play one more and then we'll call it.